Good morning, student. Let us see some more questions in exercise 1.1, question number 5. Assume that f dash of 3 is equal to minus 1. G dash of 2 is equal to 5. G dash of 2 is equal to 5. G of 2 is equal to 3. And y is equal to f of g of x. Then find dy by dx at x is equal to 2. Solution. Given that y is equal to f of g of x, differentiate this function with respect to x. We get dy by dx is equal to ddx of f of g of x. Derivative of f with respect to x is f dash of g of x and into derivative of g of x. Now dy by dx at x is equal to 2 is f dash of g of 2 into derivative of g of x is g dash of x and x is equal to 2. Put the value of x is equal to 2 here. We get now g of 2 is equal to 3. Put the value of g of 2 is equal to 3 here. We have f equal to f dash of 3 into g dash of 2 means 5 into 5. Now f dash of 3 is given. F dash of 3 is minus 1 into 5. That is equal to minus 5. Therefore dy by dx at x is equal to 2 is minus 5. Very simple sum. It is already given. Just we have to find the derivative of y is equal to f of g of x. Then put the values. Put the given values. We get the answer. Dy by dx at x is equal to 2 is minus 5. In this way we can solve this sum. Now let us see next sum. Now we have cos x is equal to 1 or cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2. Isn't it? Now we know that cos 0 is equal to 1, cos 2 pi is equal to minus 1 by 2 as well as cos 2 pi by 3 is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now we put the values of 1 and minus 1 by 2. That is cos x is equal to cos 0, cos x is equal to cos 2 pi or cos x is equal to cos 2 pi by 3. Now here cos get cancelled, x is equal to 0. Here also cos get cancelled, x is equal to 2 pi. Here also cos get cancelled, x is equal to 2 pi by 3. In this way we found the values of x, that is the x coordinate of the point on the given curve. In this way we complete exercise 1.1. Let us see the next part of this chapter, that is geometrical meaning of derivative. Now what is the geometrical meaning of derivative that we are going to see? Let y is equal to f of x be equation of curve. This is the curve whose equation is y is equal to f of x. Let p a and f of a be any point on the curve. This is the point P on the curve whose coordinate is a and f of a. Let Q a plus h and f of a plus h be another point on the same curve. Q be the another point on the same curve whose coordinate is a plus h and f of a plus h. For our convenience, we consider the coordinate of P as x1, y1 and Q as x2, y2. Now we know that a line which touches the given curve at a single point, that is called as tangent, and a line which touches the given curve at 2 points, that is called as secant. Therefore this PQ becomes secant and this line become a tangent to the curve. Isn't it? That you know already. You have studied what is meant by secant, what is meant by tangent in 10th standard as well as in 11th standard also. Isn't it? Now slope of secant PQ is equal to, what is the formula of how we can find the slope? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now slope of second PQ is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. y2 means f of a plus h, y1 means f of a, x2 means a plus h only, and x1 means a. Put the values. Therefore we get slope of second PQ is equal to f of a plus h minus f of a. By simplification at the denominator we get h here, because plus a minus a get cancelled, only h will remain at the denominator. We know that if as h tends to 0, here h tends to 0, then the second converges to the tangent at P. Let us see how second become tangent when h tends to 0. Let us see this is our second. As h tends to 0 means q tending towards the point P, isn't it? And after some time the q acquire the position of point P. Now this second become a tangent to the curve. Observe carefully. This line become a tangent to the curve when h tends to 0, isn't it? See carefully. This is our second. Now point Q is tending towards point P, means आता क्यू पॉईंट कोणाकडे जात आहे? पॉईंट पी कडे जात आहे. एक वेळ असेल की पॉईंट पी आणि क्यू एकाच ठिकाणी येतील, म्हणजेच सेकंड काय होईल? काही वेळानंतर टँजंट होईल, है ना? अशा प्रकारे ही सेकंड बिकम टँजंट. बघितलं? Thus we know that as h tends to 0, the second converges to the tangent at P. That is limit q tends to P, means q हा पॉईंट P कडे जातो आहे. स्लोप ऑफ सेकंड इज इक्वल टू लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 f ऑफ a प्लस h माइनस f ऑफ a अपॉन h. h कसा होतो आहे? 0 होता है. h टेंडिंग्स टू 0. नाउ व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज नथिंग बट f dash a, means derivative of, by definition of derivative, this is the derivative of the given function at point x is equal to a. That is we have slope of tangent, the slope of tangent, आणि सेकंड काय झाली? सेकंड जसजसा क्यू पॉईंट पी कडे जातो तसा सेकंड लाईन काय झाली? टँजंट झाली. कोणत्या? कर्वला ॲट पॉईंट पी. म्हणून instead of this we can write slope of tangent at point P is equal to f dash a. F dash a is nothing but dy by dx at x is equal to a, derivative of the function at x is equal to a. Thus the derivative of the function y is equal to f of x at any point P, a f of a is the slope of tangent at that point, that is at x is equal to a on the curve. In this way, what we understand, derivative is nothing but the slope of tangent at that respective point. Now let us see actual problem. If y is equal to x square plus 3x plus 2 be the equation of curve, then slope of tangent at point 2, 3 is given by. Now we have to find the slope of tangent at point 2, 3. Let slope of tangent is m at point 2, 3. We denote slope of tangent is equal to m at point 2, 3. Now differentiate this equation with respect to x. Dy by dx at 2, 3 is equal to d dx of x square plus 3x plus 2 at point 2, 3. Derivative of x square is 2x. Derivative of 3x is 3. Derivative of 2 is 0, no need to write. Therefore m is equal to 2x plus 3 at 2, 3. At 2, 3 means we have to put the value of x is equal to 2 here. Therefore m is equal to 2 into 2 plus 3, that is m is equal to 7. In this way we found slope of tangent at point 2, 3 is equal to m is equal to 7. Very simple. We can easily find the slope of tangent at the point by finding its derivative of the given function and putting the values, putting the coordinate, isn't it? Let us see the next part of this chapter, that is derivative of inverse function. If y is equal to f of x is 1 and onto function, that is f of x is equal to y. Now transfer f to the right side. Therefore we get x is equal to f inverse y. If this exists and if f inverse y is differentiable, then we can find the derivative of f inverse y. Let us see the theorem based on inverse function first. First we will see the important theorem based on the inverse function first. That is theorem number 2. Statement of this theorem number 2 is, suppose y is equal to f of x is a differentiable function of x. On an interval I means integer, set of integers, and y is a 1 and onto, and dy by dx is not equal to 0 on set of integer I. Also, if f inverse y is differentiable on I means set of integer, then dy of f dash y is equal to 1 upon f dash x, or dx by dy, f dash y means x, dx by dy is equal to 1 upon dy by f dash x means dy by dx. Therefore dx by dy is equal to 1 upon dy by dx, where dy by dx is not equal to 0. This is the statement of the theorem number 2. We have to prove that dx by dy is equal to 1 upon dy by dx here. Let us see the proof. Given that y is equal to f of x and x is equal to f inverse y are differentiable functions, both the functions are differentiable. Let del x be a small increment in x and del y be the corresponding increment in y. del x ही x मधली स्मॉल इन्क्रीमेंट आहे, तशीच करस्पॉन्डिंग del y ही y मधली करस्पॉन्डिंग इन्क्रीमेंट आहे. We know that del x by del y into del y by del x is equal to 1, because del y get cancelled, del x can cancel, is equal to 1. This is simple equation, isn't it? Therefore we have del x upon del y is equal to 1 upon del y by del x, where del y by del x is not equal to 0. Now taking limit del x tends to 0 on both sides, we get limit del x tends to 0 del x upon del y is equal to limit del x tends to 0 1 upon del y by del x. That is equal to, on RHS we can write 1 upon limit del x tends to 0 del y by del x. As del x tends to 0 del y tends to 0, जर del x tends to 0 होत असेल तर del y tends to 0 होतं. म्हणून instead of del x tends to 0 on left hand side we write, instead of del x tends to 0 we write del y tends to 0. That is limit del y tends to 0 del x upon del y is equal to 1 upon limit del x tends to 0 del y by del x, as it is. Denote this as 1. Since y is equal to f of x is differentiable function of x, it is given. Therefore we have limit del x tends to 0 del y by del x is equal to, we can write dy by dx, and dy by dx is not equal to 0. Denote this as a second. From first and second we can write limit del y tends to 0 del x upon del y is equal to 1 upon dy by dx. Denote this equation as third. As dy by dx is not equal to 0 and 1 upon dy by dx exists and is finite on right hand side, then limit del y tends to 0 del x upon del y is equal to, we can write, instead of this we can write dx upon dy. This also exist and is finite on म्हणजे limit on LHS also exist. If limit on RHS exists, then limit on LHS is also exist. They denote this equation as third. Therefore, from third we can write instead of this what we can write, dx upon dy is equal to 1 upon dy by dx, where dy by dx is not equal to 0. Hence we proved theorem on inverse trigonometric functions. Let us, in coming video we will see problems on inverse trigonometric function, isn't it?